What the? Welcome to the Movie Summary channel. If you like the featured video, please watch it full to the theaters near you or by the original movie at the link below the description. Movie Summary does not condone piracy and falls under the fair use law. Now, let's enjoy the video.
The film opens in Raccoon City in the 80s at the orphanage. Young Claire Redfield wakes up when she spots a mysterious woman wandering the room where all the other orphans sleep. Claire wakes up her brother Chris, but he tells her to ignore it. Claire walks out of her bed to another room where the woman is. When Claire tries to approach her, she is found by scientist William Birkin and taken back to her room. As she tries to go back to sleep, the woman reappears and grabs Claire's face. 1998, Claire wakes up from a nightmare while on a trip with a trucker and his dog back into Raccoon City after she spent time away. The trucker tries to come onto Claire and gets distracted when another woman is walking along the road. The truck strikes the woman, and Claire and the trucker go to check on her. The dog tries to alert them by barking that the woman is getting up, but the two don't notice her walking away. The dog gets out of the truck and begins licking the woman's blood. Claire and the trucker get freaked out when they find that the woman is gone. Claire looks into the woods and sees the woman staring back at her menacingly. The text states that the Umbrella Corporation was the top pharmaceutical company in the world, but they have recently taken their operations out of Raccoon City, with only a few staff workers remaining, as well as those too poor to leave the city. Leon S. Kennedy wakes up for a graveyard shift at the police station, with him being a rookie. He goes to a diner where other Raccoon City officers of the S.T.A.R.S Alpha team, Albert Wesker, Jill Valentine, Brad Vickers, and Richard Aiken are hanging out. Two other officers, Kevin Dooley and Enrico Marini, taunt Leon before they are called to investigate the Spencer mansion. The rest of the officers head out, and Leon speaks to the waitress Louise since she noticed him looking at Jill, but Louise says Jill has eyes for Wesker. Louise's eye then tears blood, which she tells Leon has been going on for a few weeks. The trucker is seen with his dog, who is drooling excessively and has his eyes looking glassy. The dog then takes a big bite into the trucker's hand. Claire makes it to the home of Chris, who is also a cop and has been estranged from Claire after he believes she ran away from the hospital. She breaks into the house and is confronted by Chris. Claire says she came back to find a man named Ben Bertolucci, who has been in contact with her and says that Umbrella has been poisoning the city's water supply. Chris dismisses this as just another one of Claire's conspiracy theories and readies himself for work. In the Birkin home, William's daughter Sherry wakes up screaming. He and his wife Annette go into her room to comfort her. William gets a call and tells Annette and Sherry that they need to leave immediately. An emergency siren then goes off all across the city. After Chris leaves, Claire sees a neighbor woman and her son looking sickly. The woman writes "itchy tasty" in blood before Claire goes over to check on the boy. The woman then bursts in through the glass door and attacks Claire, but she knocks her off and flees on a motorcycle. She rides until William almost hits her. Claire recognizes him from when he attempted to have her removed from the orphanage for meddling in his affairs. At the police station, Chief Brian Irons gathers the main team of cops together to inform them that they haven't heard back from Dooley and Marini since they went to the mansion, so he sends them to go find the two cops. Leon is forced to stay at the front desk. Meanwhile, Wesker receives a message on his beeper to go to his locker. There, he finds a Palm Pilot with a message from his secret employers telling him that Raccoon City will be destroyed by the morning. The trucker has now become fully infected and drives the truck until it rolls over in front of the police station, exploding into a huge fireball that Leon misses because he passed out with his headphones on. The trucker walks in, completely engulfed in flames, but Irons shoots him dead. He has Leon extinguish the dead trucker and close the gates to the station before Irons heads outside by himself. The S.T.A.R.S agents arrive at the mansion and are joined by Chris, with Vickers staying behind in the chopper while the other three make their way in. They find Dooley and Marini's van overturned, as well as an infected crow that Jill shoots to bits. The team enters the mansion to find it looking ruined. Irons drives into town and sees armed guards keeping people away. They begin to open fire on a pair of infected civilians, forcing Irons to drive away to safety. He goes back to the station and enters the parking garage, where he is found by two infected dogs. Irons shoots one but runs out of bullets before the other one goes for him. Claire shows up in the nick of time to kill the dog. Leon comes in and shows the two that the infected are trying to break through the gate. In the mansion, Chris and Racoon find an infected man biting into Marini's neck. They are found by more infected, with Racoon getting killed by them as Chris tries to fight them off. Elsewhere, Jill and Wesker find a secret entrance to an underground lab. Moments later, Vickers is killed by the infected, and the chopper crashes into the mansion, but Jill and Wesker are unharmed. He then comes clean to Jill about working for someone else to steal William's G-virus from the lab in the mansion before eventually fleeing the city before it gets obliterated. Wesker abandons Jill to finish his mission. Claire and Leon arm themselves, while Leon goes down to the cell where he finds Ben locked up. He tells Leon to let him go and even threatens him by grabbing him and taking his gun, but Ben is killed by an infected man in the cell next to him, and Leon shoots the man dead. Claire comes in and is upset to find Ben dead. To make matters worse, the infected manage to break through the gates, prompting the three to escape the station. Claire goes with Leon and Irons to the orphanage to hide out. There, they find the woman that Claire saw as a kid, her name being Lisa Trevor. They are found by a more mutated infected creature, a licker, that attacks Claire and Leon. It kills Irons, but Lisa manages to jump onto the licker and snap its neck. Lisa then gives Claire and Leon keys to the secret passage, and Lisa even calls Claire by her name. Claire and Leon find old footage of kids that William experimented on. Chris continues wandering the mansion before an infected Dooley and others go for him, but he reunites with Jill and they get to safety. She tells him about Wesker and that they need to leave the city. Wesker finds the lab, but the Birkins are already there. He orders William to hand over the G-virus, but William grabs a gun and fires at Wesker, prompting him to shoot William. He hands the gun to Annette, and Wesker also shoots her in the head in front of Sherry before the girl gets the gun and aims at Wesker. He is shot by Jill and seemingly dies from his wounds. Chris and Jill get Sherry out of there, unaware that William has injected himself with several vials of the virus, and he has begun mutating. William stalks Chris and Jill as he mutates into a hideous abomination. Claire and Leon find them, and Claire shoots William in the eye. They join Chris, Jill, and Sherry as they make their way out of the city on a train. However, William fully mutates into the monstrous Nemesis and breaks into the train. The heroes shoot at him until Leon grabs a rocket launcher and blasts William to smithereens for good. The nuke then gets dropped onto Raccoon City. An update says that there are no survivors, but Claire, Chris, Jill, Leon, and Sherry all manage to exit the train tunnel into a new day. During the credits, Wesker wakes up in a body bag. He meets a woman named Ada Wong, who gives him his dark sunglasses and offers him a chance to work with her.
Thank you for watching our featured video here in Movie Summary. I hope you have enjoyed watching our videos. Please click the like and share buttons to share the video to your families and friends, and please subscribe to our channel to help us grow. Click the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever we upload new videos. Bye for now, and see you in our next videos.